You know that bunch rot is coming. It's just a matter of the right conditions. We can offer you a forward-looking, biorational solution called Mevalone. It utilizes a novel, soft chemistry and truly unique mode of action.
Hello, I'm Matthew Malcolm with American Vineyard Magazine, reporting to you here today with Grant Crandall. He's president of the Atlantic Seaboard Wine Association. It's great to be able to meet with you here today at Unified Wine and Grape Symposium in Sacramento, California.
Right.
This is our first interview together, so I wanted to talk with you about your organization. What you guys cover, the whole seaboard?
Yeah, from all the way from Maine to Florida. So we cover every state that touches the Atlantic Ocean, plus Vermont, Pennsylvania, and West Virginia. So what most people think of as the East Coast wine industry, that's what we cover. We represent the more than 2,000 wineries on the East Coast.
That's quite a big job, and you're all about promoting East Coast wines?
That's our job, is the promotional side.
So, this is an interesting time that we're meeting here. At Unified, they're talking a lot about the slump we have globally in wine demand and alcohol consumption in general. So organizations like yours that are here like cheerleading and promoting the wine industry, at least on the East Coast, that's
right.
That kind of helps everybody, right? So
absolutely.
So
the wine industry is a little different on the East Coast. More than 70% of sales are direct to consumer, and the vast majority of the top wineries are within 2 hours of some metro area. So the real way that the industry works there is to get consumers to come out. Agricultural tourism is a big deal. Taste the wines, often join the wine club, a lot of e-sales, and so we've been a little less prone to the slump that goes on here because there's a little bit more direct identification of the people who've tasted East Coast wines with those wineries because it's so direct.
Yeah, so that being said, you're saying that they haven't been quite as affected because of the way in which they market. It's real niche marketing.
That's exactly right. The marketing has made a big difference there. And even through COVID, the sales actually were way up in the East Coast to the wineries because a lot of their folks identified with the winery, felt strongly about it, wanted to keep them going, and so sales were really good through COVID.
It sounds like there's a lot that our California growers can learn from you guys and what you're doing. So that's really great to hear.
I know that almost all of yours is through distribution, a very large percentage of it. So it's a very different approach to the market.
For sure. But that being said, what are the challenges that you are dealing with on the East Coast, and what kind of promotional efforts are you finding to be effective from your organization's perspective?
By far the most effective is direct tasting situations. We do that all over the country. We're out here doing 10 events. On the West Coast, we spoke at UC Davis last night, pouring here. We're going to the Sonoma Wine Library and pouring there. On the weekend, we do a bunch of wine dinners while we're here. You just expose people to the wines, and then there's definitely much more appreciation.
So a lot of educational and tasting events that you do in different parts of the nation?
That's right. That's our focus, really, because we've found that a lot of people don't know much about the East Coast industry. Until they taste it, they're going to think about the way it was 25 years ago. A lot of the wines were herbaceous, underripe, not really particularly good. That is not the case now. There's been a dramatic change going forward, and so once they taste them, then they can appreciate the fact that things are being well done there.
Well, that's great to hear that our East Coast wineries and wine grape growers have an organization like yours that's helping to promote and get the word out on the unique nature of the wines on the East Coast.
Well, that's right, and we have different challenges. Our weather is quite different. We have rain throughout the season, including the last part of the growing season, which is very challenging. We have huge high humidity, which gives us a lot of disease pressure. So there are a lot of challenges that are a bit different. So certain varietals do well, and certain varietals don't do well, and that's been appreciated over the last 3 decades, and so now they're being grown where they ought to be grown and by people who understand how to grow them.
Well, it's great to hear. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to be here at Unified today and doing what you do. So thank you.
You're very welcome.
Read more about these things in American Vineyard Magazine. I'm Matthew Malcolm, AmericanVineyardMagazine.com.